Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun race series here at the Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Barbadera, and we are here live from the hills of Germany for another round 3 of the iGPFun-F3 series. Marco, how are you feeling about this race here today?
Well, first of all, hello everyone. If the official series is anything, you know, to bring home from yesterday to today, yesterday we saw a fantastic race in the official series. Of course, today we are going to have basically, you know,
double.
Well, no, because we had
triple.
Yeah, no, because triple of 20, or maybe yeah.
60.
Well. Yeah, I mean, we are going.
And
you know,
we got 62 cars, so it's triple plus 2.
Yeah, it's bigger and it's better, and of course it's longer as well. The races, so the races, so it's going to be fantastic. And of course, the quality of this league, as we have been now being used for the past couple of seasons, it won't. And the fact that a lot of the drivers that were there yesterday are going to be here tonight makes it even more special, you know. Everything that happened 24 hours ago, now the drivers will have to forget and go in and go hard, because the quality in this field is amazing.
Yeah, the quality of these drivers in the field, and some of these drivers may not have raced each other yesterday, but they might have been racing yesterday with the IR just being all over the place in this. Look at the top guys. We see people up there with 5,000, and then that goes all the way down to 2,000 in the top 10. So it's all the way up and down, and you know, some of these guys might be used to racing each other on Saturday, but they will have a few extra ingredients of chaos in there on Sunday, which is today.
Tell you what, Austin, last night up until the final corner there was a lot of argy-bargy. There were a couple of also real-life F3 drivers. Ben Fiscal was there, of course, and he does FIA F3. Of course, we have our own resident F3 expert here, a real-life expert, Raul Hyman. F3A is a champion, and he's now sitting in third as the checkered flag waves. Driver who wasn't there yesterday was Alex Dunn, who of course has gone on to win both in the official series and in the iGPFun Championship over the past couple of weeks. So he's certainly a driver that knows how to do it. Today looks like he's going to be starting on provisional pole, 9 1,000ths of a second in front of Gianfranco Pagotto. So it's very close up top. Raul Hyman is only 78 1,000ths of a second behind. So yeah, great stuff.
Hyman could have a chance to go up into second or take provisional pole right here as he comes across the line. Raul Hyman, does he improve on his time? No, he does not.
Other drivers running around right now. I see there is Ito Koji here running towards the final chicane, giving way to, I think, Will McIntyre there, who's on a fast lap. Oh, look at that livery, Austin. Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That's a dazzling livery. Look at that.
I'm a fan of Dazzle Camo, and oh, that's a nice 2-tiered one.
Oh, man. I think I have
I love this.
Just want to confirm what we were saying last week. I paid my sponsorship fee to Luca Varani, so I don't know if today he still has my my sponsorship there, but yeah, there has been compensation for his great work last week. So
I didn't pay anyway because I completely forgot that we were doing this thing.
See if Alexander Ren is able to get a lap in before the server kicks everyone out of the session, as I thankfully remember to remove the music. Oh, okay, that is
oh no!
That is not the fastest way around. It's certainly the more spectacular way around.
And the more fun way.
Yeah. I mean, don't tell that to the underside of the car. Maybe the wings.
We don't. The engineers don't have to know about it.
That's a very good point, the one you're making, Austin. As qualifying is over, and we are ready to guide you through the starting grid for tonight's race.
62 cars line up. Alex Dunn starts up on pole by 9/1000ths of a second, followed by Gianfranco Pagoda, Raul Hyman, Max Bartola, Arthur Fry, Samuel Hermer, Kwai Tiago Martino, Francesco Meola, Felipe Dantes, Daniel Muth, Lucas Maruk, Rodrigo Duran, Michael Pochzek, Clemens Medel, Sonny Rosario, Stuart Millen, James Louis, Zoltan Zomotor in 18th place. In 19th, it's Max Giachinko, Daryl Govender, Andrea Bichetti, Andy Flint, Vincento Carnecci, Luciano Lorenzo, Luca Ferrari, Alexander Rand, Sammy Venabalis, Ben White, Fernando Correz, Jutso in 31st, followed by Rob Slater, Adam Talsma, Steve Rubens, Chris Trott, Chuck Morrow, Rod McGuire, Ron Corlock in 38th, with Zachary Beeson, JJ Gonzalez, Antonio Tellez, Clemens Punzengruber, Christian Glamsetter, Antonio Rozeski, Alex Hobson, Russell Kirkwood, Giovanni Soletto, Johan Bergeson, Richard Veen, Reed Dennis, Frank Mutz, Cugiato, Patrick Rowlands, Yorick Speck, Alexander Roggenbuck, Alex Alcaraz, Shadows Carlos Glusas, Vitolo Garcia in 58th, followed by Marcus G and Philip Lucas at the end of the 60-car grid.
Those are some big names at the back without a qualifying time. One would think that they maybe had a penalty.
Alex Alcaraz.
So, yeah. We'll have to keep an eye
for
on
everyone to line up and get ready to race into the Mercedes arena. 5 red lights are coming on. 60 screaming F3s are on their way here in the iGPFun-F3 series. And here, go, go, go. And what a start by Raul Hyman. Gets immediately beside Pagoda as they are heading side by side, screaming into turn 1 into the hairpin. As Pagoda done, Hyman, Bartolo, Fry, Hermer, Martelo, Muth and Dantes are top 10.
Arthur Fry with Bartolotta, they are going side by side, coming out of the Mercedes arenas. Now the group will try to slot in single file as quickly as possible, as we have a issue there. Yeah.
To carve out a rear wing. Cars having to go stop and start right there. It looks like the start of the 24 hours of Nurburgring. Honestly, with the amount of cars we got on the field right now. But it's Pagoda leading out Dune as Gianfranco takes the lead.
So
Alex looks on.
Yeah, sorry, no.
Alex is looking around the outside. He's getting a good run, and Pagoda's being caught up a lot. Here comes Dunn, looking down the inside. Side by side they go into the S's. It's a big round the outside of Pagoda, and he's held on to it.
Oh, look at Ayman, not the best of exits there from Pagotto. Dan goes for it again. Let's see. Ayman goes on the grass. Oh, dear.
No way. 3 wide. Dunn down the inside. Dunn into the lead. Hyman up into second place. Heading into the hairpin. It's a big braking zone through the middle, and Hyman spun around. Gone into the endurance chicane, and it's a massive lockup for the field right behind it, but Pagoda's losing his spot to Fry. Fry going around the outside. Pagoda has to do a little bit of checkup and a slowdown penalty as they complete this lap, and it's going to be Fry in second place, but what a massive moment right there. 3 wide into the chicane. Hyman goes around. Alex Dunn escapes cleanly.
Can we say it's Christmas come early? Because we are in January. For Dan, because his 2 closest rival took themselves out. Oh, look at Pagotto's got maybe some damage on the car, or maybe not. That was Francesco Meola in the other wave car with the green accent. My apologies.
That was Francesco. Pagoda's right in front of him. Yeah, Christmas has come early. 355 days early for Alex Dunn. Give or take a few days.
Alex Dunn, now Arthur Fry second, Samuel Hermer in third. The flying duck of Samuel Hermer in front of the two Wave DRS Italy cars. And then is Marteau in sixth place, there is, in front of Bartolotta, Mut, Dantas, and Duran. There was a big coming together yesterday between Bartolotta and Dantas. Hopefully we don't have round 2 tonight.
Yeah, hopefully round 2 does not come by as Stuart Millen has had an incident. Ooh. Millen, a lot of crunching, a lot of car crunching sounds happen. It's still going on. I think he might have a little bit of a problem, maybe some damage on that car, but he's fallen down a lot of spots.
You see the flying turtle, the rocket turtle, I should say. Luciano Lorenzo there. Sammy Venables is around, unfortunately, in the final corner.
So there is Sammy.
Sammy Venables trying to get back onto the racing surface without causing damage. People taking evasive action. In the meantime, Gianfranco Pagotto and Samuel Hermer are very close to each other. Hermer trying to profit from, I think, a wounded Pagotto. He must have some damage after that big hit he had with Hyman there.
You might be side pod damage. I would say on the left side of that car, because that's where Samuel Hermer, nope, not Samuel Hermer, Raul Hyman was in relation to him. It might have got a little bit of a tap, but I do not see anything on the wing, but it might just be, oh wait, no, look at that front left wing. It is a bit kinked up right there.
Yeah, now of course not very easy to spot the issue because it's an all black livery for Pagotto.
Yeah, the front left, if you see it right there, it's a bit kinked forward. So there is damage on Gianfranco Pagotto's car. Very minor damage. You would have to be looking with a magnifying glass, but there is damage on that car.
And of course we trust Austin.
And ooh,
did you hear that?
Yeah, that was Cleveland's model being not the best friend to the mechanics who are working on the floor of that car, but he's going to send that car down the inside, heading into the chicane. It's a very late brake move by Dantas. They coming into each other.
That's something
Michael
like
Posek made contact.
You know, at morning when I wake up from when I get out of the bed, that's more or less the noise that my body makes.
If your body's making that, I suggest I suggest some serious WD-40 just injected into your veins. But not enough because I'm not
on my desk. So
oh, yeah.
in the morning I have breakfast with WD-40 and cereal. No.
But your body's still doing that. I think you better lay off the WD-40 and go get some milk. Then again, my ankle pretty much cracks whenever I start walking, so I might try some of that.
Samuel Hermer's charge has stopped a bit, and now Francesco Meola has joined this fight for fourth place. Bartolotta there is in hot pursuit, and then there is a bit of a gap with Marteau, Duran, Felipe Dantas, and then Clemens Model in a bit of no man's land right now, as we have an attempt there on the inside from Duran on Daniel.
It's a set down low. Can he hold it around the outside? He's going to have a better run coming off it, and he does. Rodrigo Duran up into 8th, but now he's got to defend, and man, people are just hitting that curb. You can just hear the contact right there. Rodrigo Duran getting bumped into the chicane.
And he will get the double whammy, Austin, the contact and the slowdown, unfortunately for him.
Oh, he's already slowed down, so he just sent a cone into the line of Will McIntyre right there. The double whammy is contact, slow down, and you lose your lead. Actually, no, that's triple whammy. Quadruple is you lose all of your car. Quintuple is you're the cause of that. But
No.
he was never the cause of that.
Maybe you get a system crash or whatever, you know. iRacing gangs up on you. Just realize I haven't shown the gaps for the entirety of the race, so apologies. We can have a clearer idea of what's going on right now in your race with Alex Dunn, that of course we know Austin how quick he is, and he certainly didn't need any kind of help from his rivals, and they
helped him anyway.
Yeah, they gave him you know, massive help, and given how the previous races have gone, with Dan at the front, both in the officials and in this beautiful championship, it's going to be very, very tough for the other drivers to start chipping away at that lead. I think that lead is going to increase lap after lap. In fact, as you can see right now, it has increased.
Especially after that last lap, the fast lap of the race. And
that is, I'm afraid, for his rivals, just the beginning of Dan's fantastic run, as he is now heading into the final corner. Arthur Prix, as you can see, still sitting in second. Now Gianfranco Pagotto has pulled away for good from Hermer, Meola and Bartolotta there at the back, so now we can focus on fighting Frey for second place. We have a big gap, and look at Frey, 49.498, that's the fastest lap of the race. Of course, Dan had a faster lap this lap as well, but he had an off track in the very final corner.
Yeah, he decided to go way off the track right as you were complimenting him, so, you know, maybe commentator's curse can happen with him.
Yeah.
And so I'll let you handle that one, because I have a history of, you know.
No one is safe, Austin. Oh!
No one is ever safe as Rosario Medel. Rosario is way off in the runoff area.
So a big puff of smoke there. So Rosario went for a ride, maybe some contact here. Oh yeah! Ooh.
There is contact.
Big contact with I think Clemens model. Yes. The Harlequin looking car, very beautiful.
Also, I must say something. In such a very odd speed corner, you don't need that much runoff. They say Coda has a lot of runoff. That's a lot of runoff.
That is overkill runoff, if you ask me.
Yeah. But hey, still love this track.
On board with Luca Varani.
Luca sitting in 12th place, up 13 spots today, making director extraordinaire Marco Bramanera extremely proud.
Oh yeah. Not the greatest qualifying from Luca, unfortunately. As Dan now gets the fastest lap of the race once again. He's trying to come back, now up 13 places is Luca, as we need to cut away, because look at Pagotto on the inside, now the outside.
Oh, Pagotto's switching everywhere. There's slight contact and a spin on corner entry. Going off the little drop-off right there. Arthur Frey spins up the rear wheels, and Pagotto goes up into second, and he's going to try to go. And I'm sorry about that pun.
Let's not think about it and focus on this wheel banging action.
Second time collision in the Mercedes arena, and that is Duran in the wall, and his wheels popped off. Duran's out of this race.
Yeah, that contact destroyed his suspension, Austin. You are absolutely correct, and I'm afraid, you know, that was all
that's
it took,
his
basically.
Second lap in a row. Clemens has had contact with another driver in that same area. Oh, he better keep his head clear, or else this might be the last race where he A, qualifies, or B, is allowed back in the series, because a lot of incidents have happened with him in it.
Let's give a look at our non-qualifiers, Marcus NG is up 22 places. Stratos
Vitolo
Kilakitsis
Garcia.
is up 26 and Garcia 28. There they are.
Alex Alcaraz up 31. Correction, 32. As that is Adam Talsma. James
Luis, yeah.
James Luis. I was looking at something else, but James Luis way off the track after getting loosened a little bit.
Front wing not looking particularly healthy.
Yeah, that's what a broken front wing looks like.
And maybe more than that, because he went straight for... okay, yes.
Pit lanes to the right. Yeah, he's turning left.
Oh, there's a crash behind him.
Oh, no.
It's Mutze and Maguire. No, and Jimenez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Adam Tellez right there, and man, just action all around. There's a blinking car right behind him, and that's Daryl Govender, and he's going to try to get some race down in there. But looking at Arthur Fry, well, he's just sitting in third place now as Gianfranco Pagotto has, well, found the pace in that car and, well, left the bridges as Fry's slowing up a little bit as here comes Hermer.
Rodrigo Duran in the chat saying ya me mataron dos veces, and I apologize for killing the Spanish language. Basically it means that I've been killed twice. Poor Rodrigo.
That's why I let you handle all of the stuff that's not in English, because, you know, Texan.
Oh, come on,
Very close off here.
You live much closer to a Spanish-speaking country than me. That's inexcusable.
I don't speak it, though.
Yeah, but you live very close to Mexico. Decently close. I mean, your state borders Mexico. Italy doesn't border Spain.
Yeah, but you speak it better than I do.
That's the Italian school system for you.
Oh, Francesco Mello looks around the outside, trying to find any way past Emil Hermer right there. But these two very quickly closing in on Arthur Fry. This might become a three-way fight for third place. Maybe a four-way fight if Max Bartola comes back on them as well. And Stewart on the inside and around the outside. That's Alexander Wren. Making good work right there. Sits in 18th. And Stuart Millen, rare case for him to actually gone backwards today. 3 spots down, but remember he was involved with Model earlier on in this race, 2 laps ago actually.
Yeah, trying to get back into, you have to say, as I said, this already the opening round of the season, opening round or rounds. No, I did all of the rounds of commentary, I think. I love the new livery, I love the previous livery of his team, but this is even better, as once again trying to attack the driver from Finland. And they are still going
around the outside. Great stuff. Wow. Ren just held that through and through. And here comes Millen off the exit as we go up ahead. Philip Dantas and Daniel Muth going nose to tail for each other. And back to Millen. Millen's got a good run, swings it down to the inside very late on the brakes, and here comes Ren off the exit. I feel like Stewart's a little bit more aggressive on the brakes than Alexander is, but Ren is just a bit more smoother off his exits.
Bit of a traffic jam here, Austin. There is a lapped car, I think, in the middle, or no, sorry, that's Sammy. Is that Venables? Yes, he is. So no lapped cars. It's just traffic. And Vitolo Garcia, Stratos Kirlakitsi, Adam Tasma, some big names in this pack.
Oh, they're gonna go 3 wide into this. It's a send by Vitolo Garcia. He's got 1, looked for 2 right there, but he was going to make car contact if he's going to get 2. But Vitolo's up in a 27th now, trying to chase down Fernando Corrales, and it looks at that as Junso Strascar Glitzes.
Oh dear.
Stratos, where did he come from?
Stratos up. Yeah. Stratos is up 29, Vitolo up 31. So they are going to be trading that biggest mover spot, I think, from now until the end of the race. But
And Alex Alcaraz is
Alex
at
Alcaraz
36.
is at 36, so they need to first catch up to him, as Carchedi now in a fight with Maruk.
I thought we were going to see a little bit of contact with Lucas Maruk right there. It was closing it hot on Vienzo Carchedi, and I thought they were going to make contact, but Lucas decided to back off right there, as both of them are just destroying the underside of this car with that curbing heading into the chicane. Lucas is staying back there. There's a they make contact!
Oh my goodness. Carchedi went super
That
hard
wing
into
is
the
not
wall.
attached to that car. That wing is not attached to that car. It's just flopping around freely.
Yep.
You know, if he goes a bit faster, that will fly off.
So unfortunately, he's having issues as Alex Alcaraz moving up into P17 apparently.
Yeah, it makes his way to the top 20. Alex Alcaraz, 39 positions gained. Still not in the top 10.
Vitolo Garcia trying to follow his teammate, and of course, as we were saying earlier, Stratos Kirlakis is following very, very closely. But in the front of the pack is the Alex Dan show, Austin, and as you can see, apart from lap 9, where he might have had some issue with some lap traffic, he has been, and look, lap 9 he lost 8/100 of a second. 8/10 of a second,
The car right behind him, by the way, that's a lapped car. That is not Gianfranco Picotto.
So the amount of time he lost on lap 9, he gained it back identically on lap 10, so no harm, no foul there for him. And Pagotto, once again, I mean, this is the same thing that happened last week. No, remember, Austin? Dan was leading and Pagotto was second. We had, I think, Bartolotta in third. Oh, Meola! Where is Meola? Oh, around.
Meola in the chicane and impacts himself into the wall and he breaks off his wing.
Another Italian rear wing that will need replacement.
I don't think he knows. He doesn't know.
No, he
doesn't know.
Ooh.
He's going to find out soon.
He's not going to like the braking area into turn 1 and the turn onto the right, as you can see. It's basically, you know, you get still the drag of the rear wing, but then you have no downforce, so it's basically the worst of both worlds in this case.
It's the active arrow. That wing popped up as soon as he got onto the brakes.
Oh!
Oh, there goes back in. He's kept it under control. Active arrow into the brakes, and I think he now realizes something's up.
The Italian rear wing makers, of course, the Lara will be very happy.
The entire car.
Yeah. Let's go back to Max Bartolotta here, Samuel Ermer, as you can see them.
Where
as
the wings are firmly attached to the cars.
Yeah. These drivers are, of course, in a fight, and behind them you can see there is Marteau, the car in between them. Is a lapped car as we go with Ermer defending guard. Bartolotta in fourth. Remember last week he was third. Let's see if he can make one better. Francesco Meola is letting people by, and that must be very much not fun, if that is even something you can say grammatically correct. But taking these sweeping turns with that, you know, pathetic excuse for a rear wing, I would like to say, with all due respect for rear wings.
Yeah, let's get some duct tape out there. The active arrow is pretty cool.
Oh man,
yeah, there he goes. It's in the pits.
I had a crash the other day in the car at Phoenix. I mean, I was rear-ended under caution, so that, yeah, and it was very cool then to go and see the replay, and basically I did a lap at Phoenix with under caution, basically, of course, with the rear wing attached to the back of the car, like dragging it around.
So, in short, you brake checked somebody and
No, there
price.
was. We were under caution.
Contact slightly between Vitola Garcia and Sammy Venabal as Sammy goes around the outside and makes that move.
I was innocent. We were under caution.
I'm joking.
You are not. Oh!
Oh! What was that? That was Zachary Beeson. Off in the wall. He took a big hit for someone behind him.
Always scary when you see these cars on the back end of the shot moving from left to right in a puff of smoke and you don't know what's going on. I think he went with a little bit too much mustard. Yeah. But he avoids the wall.
Too much mustard shirt.
We should get the too much mustard shirt. Absolutely.
Yeah, just a car screaming into a wall. Max Bartolotta and Samuel Hermer battling out for 4th place. And
a car that hits the wall needs a safer barrier, but on the inside of the safer barrier there is a bratwurst with mustard.
Oh man, you're making me hungry.
Let's go on board with Samuel.
First time we've actually gone on board. Nope, second time we've gone on board with the car today, and I can tell you, all of our audio seems to be working.
Yes. And I have to say, this, I wouldn't say matte livery, but close to, with the flying duck on the side. Absolutely beautiful.
The underside of this car is so beat up right now. I just wait until the damage bottle comes in where the floor just takes a beating. I know the LMPs already have it. But the speed that these guys are going through these corners is such a light car with so much downforce. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, so much fun, especially because you can really push hard. Of course, dirt air is a factor, but not as much as in, more powerful cars, I would say. So you can still follow decently, especially here when you have a lot of corners where with higher downforce cars, like this one, like this corner here, makes it really difficult to follow. Here you can do it, but of course then you have to be much more closer than what Samuel is to Max right now. If you want to go for the move into turn one,
we have stop on the apex.
That's very dangerous, and that should be Alex Hopkins. I'm afraid. It is Alex Hopkins.
It's an odd place to have your car stopped. Was he coming out of the pits and then saw everybody coming up and then just parked it?
That's a good shout, and you are absolutely correct, Austin, as per usual. So Alex comes out. Cold tires maybe, or maybe was a bit scared.
Sees the car coming, locks it.
Oh, that was Gianfranco, right? Yep.
Yeah, that was Gianfranco.
Minding his own business, more or less, and
yeah, Hopkins is 2 laps down, and that was bizarre. Alex Dunn doing something that's not bizarre to us right now. 6 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. And, well, doing a little tap dance on the side. Don't know if Alex Dunn actually partakes in tap dancing, but with the amount of time he's leading, he could take a few lessons.
Max Bartolotta just extended a bit his track limits, went a bit wide. Samuel Hermer doesn't seem to be able to pounce. One driver that's looking to pounce is Zoltan Zomotor, and he's pushing hard to get past Clemens Mödel.
Clemens, not the cleanest race today. They're going to go side by side, heading into the chicane. Side by side they go, heading into there. It's a big send by Zoltan Moto. Cuts off the nose of Clemens Moto. Moto almost comes into him off the exit right there. Heading into Coca-Cola corner. Zoltan Zomotor up into 11th. And right behind them, I see Alex Alcaraz in 14th place, up 42 spots.
You are absolutely correct. Oh, and once again, this time is Moto taking the position back.
And Moto, he's got the position. Now this is the part of the track that Moto's been struggling with just a little bit around other cars. Zoltan Zomotor goes a little bit wide off the exit. Tries a little bit of cutback, but Clemens Moto stays ahead. And Zoltan Zomotor went very wide off there because I feel like they almost came into contact with each other.
Here's another rear wing.
See Alex Alcaraz just closing in.
Another Italian rear wing that must be scared, seeing what happened to the other Italian rear wings in the race. And now especially scared because we have Alex Alcaraz coming, as you were saying, hot, trying to follow his... Oh, we have an issue. For Marteau, he went super wide. No one was able to pass him. Oh, what happened here?
Alex Dunn has crashed! Alex Dunn has crashed! And Gianfranco Pagotto is now in the lead.
My. Let's see what happened. No one around him.
He went to the grass. He was in the grass on the corner entry, and he's just... Oh! Upset the car and spun around. And there's Gianfranco Pagotto. Alex Dunn spins across the track. Pagotto through the smoke. Pagotto's in the lead. And Alex Dunn using every bit of track like it was the old Spa 24-hour race before track limit penalties were implemented. Where is Alex going?
He's must be furious with himself, but he knows he has the pace. Let's see. If his tires are still okay. One thing that might be helping him, Austin, is that we have a little bit of cloud cover now on the racetrack, 23 degrees on the racing surface, therefore it is very manageable. Let's see, but of course I was saying it in the beginning, it's going to be tough for the other drivers because he never makes mistakes and he checks out. Well, commentator curse strikes again in 2021, unfortunately for Alex, and Gianfranco Pagotto has taken the lead.
That one's on you.
Yeah, it was on me. I have to admit you were right. You called it earlier, huh? That,
Yes, I did.
So let's see the sectors in this lap.
Sector 1 goes to Dunn. Sector 2 goes to Pagotto. Sector 3 by 4 thousandths of a second goes to Pagotto. Dunn takes Sector 4. That gap is going to be very interesting to watch. As hard into the wall is Zoltan Zomotor.
And Brachetti as well. I don't know if they made contact, or even though it seemed like they were two separate issues there.
Might have been.
Let's see. Maybe from a wider camera shot we can have a better idea. Here's Zoltan. That is Vitolo Garcia behind him. No, there's one, and there's two. Somebody put a banana peel there on the tarmac there.
Right on board with Will McIntyre. All right, Brian Stewart Millen up front. Arthur Fry and Max Bartola going nose to tail with each other, and Max trying to get into that third spot again. as the leaders are, well, a little bit shuffled around, but that gap is falling. And Alex Dunn, oh yeah, he's chipping away at that time. Last time by 1/10. Sector 1, another 10th. Sector 2, even. Sector 3, a little bit slower. Sector 4, 700. Sector 5, 300s. Done. 2/10.
He needs a bit more, because the laps are winding down, Austin.
About 5 laps to go. It's a send by Bartola, and oh my goodness! Fry ends up on his roof. It lid upside down.
That was like Oriol Servia at Laguna Seca.
Oh.
Many years ago. Do you remember in Champ Car when his car went nose first into the the gravel, sorry, and then did a flip?
Yeah. It also reminds me of the Formula E's first race at China, where Nick Heidfeld had a similar incident, but went screaming across the track.
Hold on to your hat, because this is going to be quite a ride. Oh.
Car down the inside. Oh, wow. Thankfully, we were on the gyro right there, or else that would have gone absolutely crazy.
And now Samuel Hermer says, okay, you know what? I might fancy a chance. Let's see if Bartolotta's car seems to be fine, Austin. Maybe that front right. I don't know if that's a shadow
front
or...
left. It'll be the front left if there was any damage right there.
Maybe that was a weird shadow.
Fine.
You see a black mark, but no, that's a shadow, so apologies. So the car seems to be okay.
He needs to keep it on the track if he wants to stay ahead of Hermer, though. And as we were looking at this fight, Alex Dunn, 2.1 seconds to Pagodo. 5 laps to go. And we got a fight for the lead and a fight for the final podium spot here at the Nurburgring in the iGPFun-F3 series presented by VRS.
Look at Dan using all of the track limits.
Side by side, Alex Alcaraz and Clarence Bono. Ooh, just finding the smallest space to go through it. Alex Alcaraz makes his way to the top 10, up 46 spots today.
Oh, wrong camera. Correct camera.
Right on board with Samuel Hermer. Closing in on Max. He's looking down the inside. Max gives him the door to pass through, but it's a little bit of a late move right there. And Samuel is already committed to not sending it up there as they head through the Michael Schumacher-esque curves. Such a fun corner, especially in these cars. Flat out, a little bit tricky if you're on the lower downforces and you're behind somebody. And it's wide for Max right there, getting hung up onto the curb right here. You gotta watch this exit right there. He goes off to the ground. They both go off to the ground. Monkey see, monkey do. And now to drag race, heading into the chicane. Here comes Max on the outside. Here comes Samuel Hermer down onto the inside. Side by side, they go. It's an early break by Samuel Hermer, trying to force Max's mistake. And the mistake has been found by Max. Samuel Hermer, big brain plays into third.
Good stuff from Samuel, put pressure on Bartolotta. Bartolotta made a mistake. And Hermer is able to bring another position home. And now, Alex Alcaraz, Luca Varani. And there's going to be a fight. And of course, Stratos and Vitola are also in a fight as well. There at the front. Lap traffic.
Oh, that lap car is not going to make Dunn happy. It was right on the apex. Luca Varani looking for that over-under move on that lap car. Actually, no, that's not a lap car. That's Michael Potacek. And Luca's going for another over-under again.
He wants to make the move quickly because he knows that Alex is coming behind him. Oh, Kirlakitsi and Garcia.
Oh, Vito around the outside in the hairpin. Makes that move work. And Stratos almost sideways mid-corner.
I have to say, Austin, what a fantastic race we've seen tonight.
Bliss. I love this.
Looks like Dan has had some issues with that lapped car. As you were predicting, lost quite a bit, as you can see here. 0.6 of a second lost in the first sector, which is exactly where we saw him having to deal with that lapped car coming out of the Mercedes arena. So Pagotto can breathe a sigh of relief right now, as of course with 3 laps to go. Oh, Daniel Muth from 7th place is around, unfortunately.
Oh no! And he's kind of stuck in no man's land right there, because that area is it's got a few big humps, and you don't want to be beached out there. It's possible to beach it with such a low car. That's what happened to Daniel Muth. Too much curb and round you go. And Daniel's off again.
Yep, 1 mistake becomes 2 mistakes, then 3 mistakes. You know, it's the curse of the racing driver.
It's the curse of the racing driver, hot tires, and the voice in her head just yelling at you. And maybe a cat or a dog hopping into your lap while you're in the cockpit and having something unforeseen happen.
Especially if that voice screams at you in Italian.
I would not know, because my voices do not scream at me in Italian. Stratos swings around the outside of the entry of Mercedes Arena on Vitello Garcia, saying, you can do it, I can do it as well, and I'm going to pull away now. Ferrari sits in 8th, now trying to chase down Mikhail Podazek, as Alex Alcaraz is just 3 seconds behind them. Does it seems like they could stay up there, but we know the pace of Alex Alcaraz is just, yeah, the last 2 laps, 8 tenths, 9 tenths. I think we're going to see a second here.
Let's see sector times for this lap. Pagotto 48.8, 48.7 for Dan, but with an off track.
Alex Dunn is not caring about track limits right now. He wants that win.
You know, it's a league session, so you use off tracks as a little bit of a bag, you know, and you have 20 and you use all 20, you know.
Yeah. Luca Ferrari, 149.899. Alex Alcaraz, mark of the beast. Ferrari now up into this fight. It's going to be allowing Alex to get a little bit closer and up ahead. Well, we're looking at a fight back low. That's Daniel Muth and Alexander Wren. Almost made contact. A little bit of lockup around the outside, but Daniel Muth makes it around the outside of Alexander Wren. But here comes Wren off this switchback. Wren looks down to the inside. He's got his wing into there. And there we got a lap car just stuck on the outside, letting this entire pack of cars through.
That was Frank Nutze in P43.
And here comes Wren looking around to the outside once more, coming for that switchback. And this section of corners, I just absolutely love. Wren showing his nose, trying to force Muth into a mistake. And he said, I've already made 2 mistakes more than I wanted to a few laps ago. I ain't gonna make any more. And there's contact behind. Soletto involved.
That was Telles.
And Telles, that car is just done. Back left wheel is not attached to that car, my friend.
Just as we get the white flag, by the way.
Pagotto, new fastest lap. Alex Dunn, slow on the straights. A finish that I think none of us were even looking to think possible after what happened on lap 1. As Luca Ferrari drag racing with Michael Podesek side by side, heading into turn 1. Hard on the brakes goes Michael Podesek, trying to swing it around the outside. Luca Ferrari has that inside line. Luca swings it down low and cuts it up into 7th. We got a lap car on the outside. And Marco, you're going to be happy about that move.
Oh,
Luca
yeah.
up 18 spots.
Especially because it gives me an excuse to show the rear wing, which is always welcome, but as other drivers are parking their cars on the side of the road, I think that Michael should be safe from Michal Potosek should be safe from Aleš Alcaraz. 1 second with basically half a lap left for these guys, but a lot less than half a lap. A few corners, in fact, Austin, for Gianfranco Pagotto.
Speaking of Michael, happy birthday, Michael Schumacher.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Speaking
As
of
Pagotto,
yeah,
just what a performance by Pagotto. Thought his race was completely over by falling down to 3rd place and then making his way up and back into the lead after a bizarre incident. Your winner here at the Nurburgring, Gianfranco Pagotto.
Dan second,
Alex.
Hermer, 3rd.
Samuel Hermer in 3rd place, and here comes Max Bartolata. There's Max in 4th, Tiago and Tiago Martino in 5th place. As we got this fight for 13th, Daniel Muth, the Stratos girl, gets us a little bit of a switchback. Stratos very loose on the exit of that corner. Muth defending on the inside. Stratos going to try to swing it around the outside. Side by side they go. It's a drag race coming off corner exit. Stratos and Muth nose to nose they are, and it's going to be Muth just barely ahead.
Absolutely nothing between them. I think 1,000 of a second in the end, Austin. We have a couple of more battles left to resolve. One of them is this. Carchedi with Zomotor and Steve Rubens looking there. I think Antonio Ruseski, which I think we finished 30th, had an issue a couple of laps back and lost a lot of positions. Could have been even better for him. We'll have to settle for 30th place, as you can see Zomotor trying to go for a move on Carchedi, but too little too late. Here comes our pink cat in 30th place, and that is basically it for, boring race, Austin. Nothing happened. Not even a fight for P36 we have. What is this? It was fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Again,
absolutely brilliant race, and I can tell you one man is over the moon today. Gianfranco Pagotto started on 2nd, lap 1 fell down to 3rd, and then was still in the fight for 1st place with Raul Hyman, and then they go 3 wide into the chicane, and both of them forced down and just miles behind of Alex Dunn. And he put his head down and he just charged. We thought he had some damage on his car earlier on. Well, he proved us all wrong right there. He was firing on all cylinders today. What a recovery drive by Gianfranco Pagotto. And over to Marco for the results.
Oh yeah, I haven't forgotten the tradition, and I'm preparing with a big deep breath to give you the final race results from the Nurburgring Grand Prix racetrack. As the pit siren is going crazy, Gianfranco Pagotto wins the race in front of Alex Dunn and Samuel Hermer. That's your podium. Max Bartolotta and Thiago Marteux in 5th in front of Felipe Dantas, Luca Varani, Michal Potosek, Aleš Alcaraz, Clemens Mödel, Stuart Milne, Alexander Ren, Daniel Muth, no, that's not allowed. There's a car going into the pits backwards and driving full speed backwards. That's a big no-no in racing. I think the driver will be disqualified for the rest of the season, Austin. Where were we? Yes, Kirla Kitz is in 14th, Vittorio Garcia, Will McIntyre, Luciano Lorenzo, the Rocket Turtle, and Andrea Brachetti in position number 18. Going below him, we have Francesco Meola in P19, Daniele Justo in P20, Zachary Bison, Marcus G, Adam Tasma, Clemens Punzengruber, Fernando, Nunez Correas in P25, Rod Maguire, Vincenzo Carchedi and Zoltan Zomotor in 28. Top 30 is rounded up by Steve Rubens and the pink cat himself, Antonio Rusevski. Ben White, Lucas Maruk and Max Giacchino in the top 40, or the beginning of the top 40, of course, with Andy Flynn, Giovanni Sellito, Daryl Govender, Richard Vane, and Rob Slater in 38th place. 39th is Chris Trott, and 40th is Russell Kirkwood. Frank Mutz in 41st in front of Patrick Rowlands, and in 43rd place we have Antonio Jimenez Telles. Sami Venables is in 44th place in front of Jota Gonzalez, Alex Hopkins, Reed Dennis, Alexander Roggenbuch in P48. We are almost done, but not quite. Poor Arthur Fry, fantastic race, was fighting for the podium all race long, and then a big crash. Only 49th for him in front of James Lewis. Ito Koji in 51st place in front of Sonny Rosario, Christian Glamsetter, Rodrigo Duran, Raul Hyman, what could have been for him, of course, Ron Korolak, Chuck Mauro, Johan Birgenson in P58, and to round up the proceedings, Jorik Speck and Philip Lucas, who I don't think has taken the green flag. Austin, great stuff, fantastic race. Cannot wait for the next one already, and it's going to be, of course, next Sunday, because I think that this season, last season was great, Austin, but this season starting even better. 3 races, 3 incredible spectacles, massive fun we had, and so I think that next week will be even better. If my memory serves me right, we are going to be at the Donington Grand Prix racetrack, Austin.
100%. Gonna go to, well, it's gonna be a very interesting race over at Donington using the Grand Prix circuit this time. Last time by, it was the National Circuit, which had some interesting moments. The Grand Prix is gonna provide us, well, with a grand race for sure, and it's certainly gonna be a heck of a race for round number 4 of the iGPFun-F3 series. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'd like to say thank you. I've been joined by Mark Bobanero. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a great night.